Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of June 2024. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I'm your favorite money tarot reader on YouTube. And I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm using my original tarot deck. Oh, I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Then, Sagittarius, I will close out your reading with a Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. All right, look at the cards you got, Sag. These are really good. You got 3 of the most positive cards here. All right. Let's start with that first row. So looks like something you've been working on for a long time finally pays off, like literally pays off for you, Sagittarius, when we hit that first week of June. All right, so the first week of June looks like something is going to finally pay out, or you're going to get, some type of influx of money or even credit to some degree, because that's what I'm picking up with these cards here. You've been working on the balancing of your budget. Judgment. This is the card of self-improvement. This is literally doing something different to get different results. You've committed to that. Then we've also got the Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, and that 10 of Cups. Even though this is in the reverse, it's still good. I do pick up that something is going to be like removed. And because whatever that thing is that's removed, it allows more money to come in, right? So maybe you pay something off. Maybe you, like something gets canceled, maybe a subscription or something like that. Or maybe you overpaid something and now you have credit, so you don't have to pay that thing anymore. Usually it's something like that, okay? We also have the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. These are 2 cards that talk about financial support and assistance. So it does show up for you. It just doesn't show up in the way that you thought. And in some ways, it may be better, but it doesn't look like it at first. So this is a really good position to be in because, like I said, you have support and you have credit, or you have something coming in that's going to make your financial life easier to some degree. Now, that 10 of Cups is a card of celebrating. Excuse me. It's also a card of just success. You know exactly what you want to happen, when you want it to happen. Because it's in the reverse, that just means it's a little bit less than what you expect or what you wanted, but it's still good. It's still working in your favor, and it's still exciting. All right, and things just keep getting better and better for you, Sagittarius, because look at the next cards we've got here. We've got that 9 of Cups. Now, the 9 of Cups is the wish card. Literally, it is the wish card in the deck. So whatever you're hoping for financially finally does start to take effect or start to show up for you. I'm picking up this is going to be something work-related for most of you, but not all of you. Some of you are going to see some positive changes. Hold on. There's something on this card that's bothering me. Okay. There are some positive changes as it relates to your work and your career. For some of you, this is going to be a promotion or a raise, or maybe a combination of the 2. I also feel like some of you are just going to be happier in the work that you're doing. Maybe that toxic boss finally quits or gets fired or something like that. So it kind of frees up your work energy to be more productive and to really get more done, faster, easier, and better. We also got that Sun card. Again, the most positive card in the deck. Money is definitely coming together for you in June, Sagittarius, in a very big and profound way. We've got that 10 of Wands in the reverse. It means you're no longer overworking. You're no longer doing too much as it relates to your money. And then we've got that World card. Now, the World card talks about some things are unfinished. And because we are talking about money, I do believe that there's still some things you're working on, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to pay off right now. Sometimes things are a process. Sometimes things are slowly changing as it relates to our money, as it relates to our finances. The other aspect of the World card is sometimes it literally means travel. And some of you could be traveling internationally for work or in some way for money. But because it's in the reverse, it means that sometimes changes, plans change, or sometimes it means too that even though you may be traveling, you may not be traveling to where you think you're going, or maybe not when you think you're going. All right, so be open, be flexible, but I don't think it's anything you have to worry about. We also have that High Priestess card. This is a card that reminds us, or is reminding me to tell you, Sagittarius, that you do need to trust your own intuition and your gut instincts as it relates to money and financial decisions. All right, because when this card shows up in the reverse, it means that sometimes we're not trusting our own intuitive knowledge, or sometimes it means that we're like disconnecting from our own spirituality or our own inner knowing in some way. Because sometimes, people, maybe society tells us that, no, you need to have facts. You can't just go by a gut feeling. And maybe that might be true for some people, but Sagittarius, I do believe that there's something more as it relates to you just knowing what to do. There's like you're being divinely guided, and you have to acknowledge it, and it may feel a little uncomfortable or maybe even a little bit scary. But as long as you trust that you are being led and you are being shown the way for you, you're going to be okay. All right, you're going to be okay. All right, Sagittarius, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of June 2024. All right, look, and you got this card again. What do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius? Not the Ace of Pentacles. That's a great card. One of my favorite cards in money readings, because it talks about new money coming in. Now, the thing about this Ace of Pentacles, I'm already picking up, this is new money coming in, but then it goes right back out. Same with this Ace of Wands. This is cash coming in, but then it goes right back out. So they're very good cards. But, the money comes in, and then you're like, wow, this is great. But then you have to turn around and pay a bill or pay something off. All right, so that's good because you have the money to pay the stuff off, or, to buy whatever it is you need to buy. But it's just kind of frustrating, when the money comes in and then immediately goes right back out. Trust me, I deal with that every single month. All right, but starting with that Knight of Swords, this is a card of timing and speed, literal. Now, sometimes this card shows up when things are temporary. All right, but I'm not picking that up. I'm picking up that stuff happens quickly as it relates to your money. In other words, money is flowing in, like we talked about, and the money is flowing out. Now, that is something that sometimes needs to be done, especially when we're trying to get our finances in order, when we're trying to pay off debt, when we're trying to get things really stable as it relates to our money. We also have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is a card that talks about taking a step back and kind of withdrawing from all the noise and going within to figure out what your next move or what your next plan is going to be. So when you're figuring out what your financial plan will look like in the future, Sagittarius, you need to do a lot of soul searching to make sure that you are doing the things and moving in the direction that you want to go in order to make the money you want to make, okay? Now, this 10 of Cups, again, we're celebrating here, because this is a positive card, and interesting that you got it twice. So I do feel like these two cards could be related, or they may not be. Remember, it's something good, something happy, something positive, something successful, only just to a lesser degree than what we expect or what we were hoping for, but it's still good. All right, so it could be more money coming in, maybe just not as much as you thought. It could be a new job offer coming in, maybe not the one that you thought, but the one that does show up is not bad. It could be something new as it relates to your business, and maybe this is not exactly what you were hoping for, but it's a good, first step. Okay, so really have that perspective, especially in the second half of the month when things really start, like I said, shifting for you. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. This card talks about, again, working independently, kind of like what we talked about with this Hermit card. All right, so really trust yourself to go within and figure out what you want and make those decisions alone first, before you decide to share those ideas or those plans with other people. right, so let's continue on, Sagittarius. Oh, I see some cards are cut off, but we will fix that. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see how the end of June is looking for you. Okay. All right, so that Three of Pentacles. Now, I feel like this is new clients coming in, but they're not really a match. So don't worry about telling someone no that I don't think it's a right fit. Because some of you are going to have to say no, even though it's maybe a paying customer, a paying client. You know how sometimes you just get a feeling like this person's going to be more trouble than it's worth? That's what I'm getting with this card here. Now, it could be a client customer for some of you. This could even be somebody in your personal life where you feel like, oh my gosh, I cannot deal with this particular person right now. So like I said, don't be afraid to say no, or don't be afraid to kind of distance yourself a little bit just until you feel like the time is right. Okay, because this could affect your money in some way. We also have the Death card. This is transformation. Literally, your whole financial picture is changing for the better. All right, so we talked about that in the first half of the month here. You have all the cards that indicate things are definitely shifting for the better as it relates to your money, your work, your career, your finances, or your business. All right, even your investments for some of you. All right, that's a very exciting card. It's a very powerful card, and it's a card that talks about change coming, and change, it's going to impact every aspect of your life. It literally is huge, massive changes. And even though it may feel uncomfortable, it's also very exciting. And I do believe this is something you've been waiting for a long time, Sagittarius. All right, we've also got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is you feeling a little bit unchallenged as it relates to the work you do. But sometimes, you know how sometimes you get to a point where things are just kind of on autopilot and it doesn't require a lot of effort for you to do your job or for you to run certain things. And I feel like that's kind of a good place to be, because that means it takes you less energy and less effort, but yet you still make the same amount of money, or you still have the same amount of output. So even though it may feel a little bit boring, understand that that's a really good place to be, because now you can do less and make more. That's the message with this card. All right. We also have the King of Cups. That is the card of emotional intelligence and emotional sensitivity. Also emotional maturity. Again, we are not basing all of our decisions on how we feel, but it's quite the opposite. It's about understanding how our emotions impact our decisions and then putting them in the proper perspective. All right, so acknowledge your feelings, trust your feelings, and understand that they do matter and they are valuable when you are trying to figure out how you want your money situation to look. And you don't have to worry about, oh, is it wrong to feel this way, or should I not feel this way? Okay, so your feelings are very valid. We also have the Hangman. This is progress happening quickly and no longer being stuck or stagnant, and no longer sacrificing certain parts of yourself in order to get the things you want. So sometimes when we are on that money journey, or we're trying to get as much money as possible, we make a lot of sacrifices, and to some degree it's necessary, but you're getting to the point to where that isn't necessary for you right now. In other words, you are getting what you want without having to sacrifice, all the things that matter to you, or the things that are important to you right now. That Eight of Wands is a card of timing and speed. Again, I feel like towards the end of the month, things are going to slow down as it relates to money, but this isn't anything to worry about. This is the natural flow and kind of cycle of things, kind of the up and down, but you're in a really good position. So if things do slow down for you as it relates to work or as it relates to income, don't worry. You've already set yourself up to be okay. So Sagittarius, you've got, like I said, a really good month, and things really are just working in your favor. And this has been a long time coming. This is something you've been waiting for a while, and you finally feel like you have a grasp on your financial situation, which is very, very thrilling. All right, Sagittarius, let's close out your reading with a Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. All right, so we got the card White Witch, and this says, be the light, be the light. Now, I think this is going to be something that's actually easy for you to do this month. Why? Because you're in such a good position financially. And you know, when you feel confident about your money, it makes it really easy for you to be in tune and in alignment with other people, or really just to bring your own version of positivity to all situations and circumstances. Okay, so enjoy that, Sagittarius, and people will be enjoying you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.